My daughter sent me a voice message meant for her husband, and what I heard made me freeze with terror. If you're enjoying this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales. My name is Emma, and I'm 66 years old. I thought I knew my daughter Lily better than anyone in the world. I was wrong. It was a quiet Tuesday morning when my phone buzzed. I was sitting in my favorite chair, drinking my morning coffee and watching the birds outside my window. The sun was shining bright, and everything seemed perfect in my little world. I picked up my phone and saw a voice message from Lily. My heart filled with joy because my daughter rarely called anymore. She was always so busy with her husband Tom and their problems. Oh, how sweet, I said to myself. Lily is thinking about her old mom. I pressed play, expecting to hear something like, "Hi, Mom. Hope you're having a good day." But what I heard instead made my blood turn to ice. "Tom, the plan is working perfectly," Lily's voice said through my phone. "Mom has no idea what's coming. Sarah got all the papers ready at the county office. We just need a few more weeks." I dropped my coffee cup. It crashed to the floor, but I didn't care. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely hold the phone. "The doctor Sarah knows will sign the papers saying Mom is too crazy to live alone," Lily continued. "Then we can put her in that cheap nursing home and sell the house. We'll finally have enough money to pay off our debts." My heart felt like it was being ripped apart. This was my daughter, my own flesh and blood, talking about me like I was garbage to throw away. "She's so old and confused lately," Lily laughed, actually laughed, on the recording. "She won't even fight it. She trusts us completely. Poor stupid Mom." I felt sick to my stomach. The room started spinning around me. This couldn't be real. This had to be some terrible nightmare. But it wasn't. The voice was definitely Lily's. I knew that voice better than my own. I had listened to it for 40 years, from her first baby words to her college graduation speech. I played the message again, hoping I heard it wrong. But every word cut deeper into my heart. "Tom, once we get the house, we'll have over $300,000, Lily said. "Mom worked her whole life for this place, but she's too old to enjoy it now. We deserve this money more than she does." Deserve? I worked 3 jobs to buy this house. I cleaned other people's toilets, scrubbed their floors, and washed their dishes for 30 years to afford this place. I gave up everything, my dreams, my happiness, even my health, so Lily could have a good life. And now she wanted to steal it all from me. The message continued, and it got worse. "Sarah says the fake medical reports look real. No one will question them. We'll say Mom has been forgetting things and acting strange. The judge will believe us because we're her loving family." Loving family? My own daughter was planning to lie about me, steal my home, and lock me away in some terrible place where I would die alone and forgotten. I sat there for an hour listening to that message over and over again. Each time, I hoped I would hear something different. But the words never changed. My daughter, the little girl I rocked to sleep every night, the child I read stories to, the teenager I supported through every problem, was planning to destroy my life. I thought about all the times Lily had visited lately. She would ask strange questions like, "Mom, do you remember what you had for breakfast?" Or, "Are you taking your medicine correctly?" Now I understood. She wasn't worried about my health. She was building a case against me. Every visit was planned to make me look sick and confused. Tom would sit in the corner during these visits, writing things down in a little notebook. I thought he was being helpful, maybe keeping track of my medicine. But now I knew the truth. He was collecting evidence to use against me. They had been planning this for months, maybe even years. I felt so stupid, so blind. How could I not see what was happening in my own home? The worst part wasn't losing the house. Houses can be replaced. The worst part was losing my daughter. The little girl I loved more than my own life had turned into a stranger who wanted to hurt me. I walked around my house that I worked so hard for, and everything looked different now. The walls that once felt safe now felt like a prison. The rooms filled with happy memories now felt cold and empty. But as I stood there, feeling sorry for myself, something changed inside me. The sadness started turning into something else. Something stronger. Anger. I was angry at Lily for betraying me. Angry at Tom for helping her. Angry at Sarah for using her job to commit crimes. But mostly, I was angry at myself for being such an easy target. Well, they picked the wrong old lady to mess with. I may be 66 years old, but I'm not dead yet. I didn't survive raising a child alone, working multiple jobs, and building a life from nothing just to give up now. If Lily wanted a fight, she was going to get one. But first, I needed to know exactly what I was up against. I needed to hear more of their plan. I needed proof of what they were doing. So I sat down, took a deep breath, and started making my own plan. They thought Emma was weak and helpless. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The war for my life was just beginning. As I sat in my kitchen, trying to understand how my own daughter could betray me, memories started flooding back. Memories of all the times I gave up everything for Lily. I remembered the night she was born. I was only 26 years old, scared and alone. Lily's father had left us when he found out I was pregnant. He said he wasn't ready to be a dad and disappeared forever. But when I held that tiny baby in my arms, I made a promise. I promised Lily that I would give her the best life possible, no matter what it cost me. And I kept that promise, even when it nearly killed me. When Lily was 3 years old, I was working at a diner during the day and cleaning offices at night. I would drop her off at daycare at 6 in the morning and pick her up at 8 at night. By the time I got home, I was so tired I could barely stand. But every night, I would read Lily a bedtime story. Even when my eyes were burning with exhaustion, even when I had to be up in 4 hours for my morning job, I never missed story time. "Mama, tell me about the princess," Lily would say, snuggling against me in her little pink pajamas. And I would make up stories about brave princesses who could do anything they wanted. I wanted Lily to believe she could be anything, have anything, do anything in this world. I never told her about the nights I went to bed hungry so she could have enough food. I never told her about the times I wore the same torn shoes for months so I could buy her new ones for school. When Lily was 8, she came home crying because the other kids made fun of her old backpack. It was falling apart, but it was all I could afford. That night, I took my grandmother's wedding ring, the only valuable thing I owned, and sold it at the pawn shop. The next day, Lily had a brand new backpack with flowers on it. She was so happy. "Thank you, Mama," she said, hugging me tight. "You're the best mama in the whole world." I would have sold everything I owned to see that smile. When Lily was in high school, she wanted to take piano lessons like her rich friends. Piano lessons cost $100 a month, money I didn't have. But I took a third job, working weekends at a grocery store. I was working 7 days a week, sometimes 16 hours a day. My hands were cracked and bleeding from all the cleaning chemicals. My back hurt so badly, I could barely walk. But when I heard Lily playing beautiful music on that old piano I bought her, every sacrifice was worth it. "Mama, listen to this song I learned," Lily would call out, her fingers dancing across the keys. I would sit on the couch, exhausted from work, and listen to my daughter make magic with her hands. In those moments, I felt like the richest woman in the world. The hardest time came when Lily wanted to go to college. She got accepted to a good school, but it cost $20,000 a year. I had saved some money, but not nearly enough. So I did what any mother would do. I sold my car and walked to work every day. I sold my mother's jewelry. I even sold our dining room table and chairs. We ate dinner sitting on the floor for 2 years. "Are you sure about this, Mama?" Lily asked one day, looking around our empty house. "Education is the most important thing," I told her. "With a college degree, you'll never have to struggle like I did. You'll have a better life." I believed every word I said. I thought I was giving Lily the tools to be happy and successful. During college, Lily would call me every week. She would tell me about her classes, her friends, her dreams of becoming a teacher. She sounded so excited about her future. "I'm going to take care of you when I graduate, Mama," she promised. "You've done so much for me. It's my turn to take care of you." Those words kept me going during the hardest times. When I was sick but couldn't afford to miss work. When my feet were so swollen I could barely put on shoes. When I was so lonely, I cried myself to sleep. I kept telling myself, this is all for Lily. She'll understand someday. She'll appreciate everything I've done. After college, Lily got married to Tom. He seemed like a nice young man, and he made Lily happy. That was all that mattered to me. Tom is going to take good care of me, Mama, Lily said on her wedding day. But you'll always be the most important person in my life. I was so proud watching her walk down the aisle in that beautiful white dress. I had worked extra shifts for 6 months to help pay for her wedding. For a few years, everything seemed perfect. Lily would visit regularly. She and Tom would come for Sunday dinner, and we would laugh and talk for hours. Lily would always hug me extra tight before leaving. I love you, Mama, she would whisper in my ear. Thank you for everything you've done for me. But slowly, things started to change. The visits became less frequent. When Lily did come over, she seemed distracted and impatient. Tom would sit quietly in the corner, but his eyes were different. Colder. Mom, you really should think about getting a smaller place, Lily said one day. This house is too big for you. But I love this house, I replied. I worked so hard to buy it, and there's room for grandchildren to visit. Lily's face changed. Mom, Tom and I have decided not to have children. They're too expensive. Too expensive? I raised a child while working 3 jobs and sleeping 4 hours a night. But I didn't say anything. I didn't want to upset her. Then Tom lost his job. They started having money problems. That's when Lily's attitude really changed. She would visit and ask strange questions. Mom, are you eating properly? Are you taking care of yourself? Maybe you need someone to help you. I thought she was being caring. Now I know she was setting a trap. She would go through my mail while I was making tea. She would look through my medicine cabinet. She would ask to use my computer and spend hours typing things I couldn't see. Just checking your email for you, Mom, she would say with a fake smile. Making sure no one is trying to scam you. The only scammer in my house was my own daughter. Looking back now, I can see all the signs. The way she talked to me like I was a child. The way she would exchange looks with Tom when they thought I wasn't watching. The way she would write things down in that little notebook. But I ignored all of it because I loved her. Because she was my daughter. Because I trusted her with my life. What a fool I was. All those years of sacrifice. All those nights of hunger and exhaustion and pain. All those dreams I gave up so she could have better ones. And this is how she repays me? By planning to steal everything I worked for and throw me away like garbage? The little girl I read bedtime stories to was planning to destroy me. The daughter I put through college wanted to lock me away so she could take my money. But as I sat there remembering everything I had done for Lily, I realized something important. I wasn't the same weak woman who used to let people walk all over her. I had survived poverty, loneliness, and exhaustion. I had built a life from nothing and raised a child on my own. If I could do all that, I could certainly stop my own daughter from ruining me. The war was just beginning, but I had weapons she didn't know about. Experience, determination, and absolutely nothing left to lose. Over the next few days, I became a detective in my own home. I needed to know exactly what Lily and Tom were planning. The voice message was just the beginning. I pretended everything was normal, but inside I was watching and listening to everything. Every phone call, every visit, every strange question they asked me. And what I discovered made me sick to my stomach. My phone started getting more accidental voice messages from Lily. She was so careless, thinking her old mother was too stupid to figure anything out. In one message, I heard her talking to Tom about their debts. We owe $50,000 on credit cards, Lily said. The bank is going to take our car next month. We're going to lose everything unless we get Mom's house fast. Don't worry, Tom replied. Sarah has everything ready at the county office. The fake papers look perfect. No one will ever know we forged Mom's signature. Forged my signature? They were committing crimes using my name. But the next message was even worse. I found the perfect nursing home, Lily said, laughing like this was all a big joke. It's called Sunset Manor. It costs only $800 a month because the place is falling apart. Perfect, Tom said. The cheaper the better. We need every penny from selling her house. I looked up Sunset Manor on my computer. The pictures made me want to cry. It was a horrible place with dirty rooms, broken windows, and terrible reviews. People wrote things like, "My grandfather died there from poor care, and the staff doesn't even feed the patients properly." This was where my daughter wanted to put me. Her own mother. But I wasn't done discovering their evil plan yet. The next day, Lily came to visit with a man she introduced as Dr. Roberts. "Mom, this is a friend of mine," Lily said with her fake sweet voice. "He just wants to ask you a few questions to make sure you're healthy." Dr. Roberts wasn't a real doctor. I could tell right away. Real doctors carry medical bags and wear white coats. This man looked like he hadn't showered in days. "Mrs. Emma," he said, "do you ever feel confused? Do you forget things?" "No," I answered honestly. "My mind is perfectly clear." But he kept asking the same questions over and over. "Are you sure you don't feel dizzy? Are you sure you remember what you ate for breakfast?" After he left, I heard Lily talking to him outside my window. "Just write that she seems confused and can't take care of herself," Lily told him. "We need the report to say she's not mentally fit to live alone." "That'll cost you an extra $500, the fake doctor said. "Fine," Lily replied. "Just make sure the report looks official." They were paying someone to lie about my mental health. This wasn't just stealing. This was fraud, forgery, and elder abuse. But the most heartbreaking discovery came when I overheard a phone call between Lily and Sarah, my own niece. "Aunt Emma always treated me like her own daughter," Sarah said. "She helped pay for my wedding. She sent me money when I was struggling." "So what?" Lily snapped. "That's ancient history. We need that house, and you're going to help us get it." "I feel bad about this," Sarah said quietly. "She's been good to our whole family." "Listen, Sarah." Lily's voice became cold and mean. "If you don't help us, I'll tell everyone at your job that you've been taking bribes. You'll lose your job and go to prison." Sarah was scared. Lily was blackmailing her own cousin. Okay, Sarah said, crying. "I'll forge the papers. Just please don't ruin my life." "That's better," Lily said. "Remember, we're family. We stick together." Family? This wasn't family behavior. This was criminal behavior. I kept listening to more messages, and each one revealed another piece of their horrible plan. They had been watching me for months, writing down everything I did. When I forgot where I put my keys one day, they wrote it down as memory problems. When I took a nap in the afternoon, they wrote it down as excessive sleeping, possible dementia. They had been building a fake case against me for months. Tom had even taken pictures of me when I didn't know it. Pictures of me in my pajamas, pictures of me looking tired, pictures that made me look sick and confused. "These photos will convince the judge that she can't take care of herself," Tom said in one message. They had thought of everything, every detail, every lie. But the worst message came late one night. I was pretending to sleep when I heard Lily's voice coming from her phone in the kitchen. "Mom is getting suspicious," she told Tom. "She keeps asking weird questions about why we visit so much." "Maybe we should move faster," Tom replied. "No. Stick to the plan. In 2 weeks, we'll have all the papers ready. Then we call the social worker, show them the fake medical report, and have Mom declared mentally incompetent." "What if she fights it?" Lily laughed, the cruelest laugh I had ever heard from my own child. Who's going to believe a crazy old lady over her loving daughter and son-in-law? Besides, once she's in that nursing home, she won't be able to fight anything. They'll keep her drugged up and quiet. Drugged up? They wanted to put me on medicine to keep me quiet while they stole everything I owned? I had heard enough. More than enough. My own daughter wasn't just planning to steal from me. She was planning to destroy my mind, my freedom, and my dignity. She wanted to turn me into a zombie, so I couldn't stop her. This wasn't just betrayal. This was pure evil. As I lay in bed that night, I thought about everything I had learned. The forged papers, the fake doctor, the terrible nursing home, the blackmail, the lies. They had covered every angle except one. They didn't know that I knew. And they definitely didn't know what I was capable of when someone tried to hurt me. For 66 years, I had been a good person. I helped others. I followed the rules. I trusted people. But Lily and Tom had made a big mistake. They thought being old meant being helpless. They thought being kind meant being weak. Tomorrow, I would show them how wrong they were. The little old lady they planned to destroy was about to become their worst nightmare. But first, I needed help. I needed someone who could fight as dirty as they did. I needed a lawyer. A good one. And I knew exactly who to call. The next morning, I woke up with a plan. If Lily wanted to play dirty games, I would show her how a real fighter operates. First, I called my bank and moved all my money to a new account that only I could access. If they were planning to steal from me, they would find empty pockets. "Mrs. Emma, is everything okay?" asked Janet, my banker who had known me for 20 years. "Someone is trying to steal my money," I told her honestly. "I need to protect myself." "Don't worry," Janet said. "We'll put a special lock on all your accounts. Nobody can touch your money without you being there in person." Next, I went to the store and bought a small recording device. If Lily was going to keep sending me accidental voice messages, I would start recording everything. But my most important call was to Mr. Johnson, the best lawyer in town. His office was fancy and expensive looking, but I didn't care about the cost. This was war. "Mr. Johnson," I said, sitting across from his big desk. "My daughter is trying to steal my house and put me in a terrible nursing home. I have proof of everything they're planning." Mr. Johnson was a tall man with kind eyes and gray hair. He listened carefully as I played him all the voice messages. His face got more and more angry as he heard Lily's cruel plan. "Mrs. Emma," he said when the messages finished, "this is one of the worst cases of elder abuse I've ever seen. Your daughter is committing multiple crimes. Can you help me stop them?" I asked. "Oh, we're going to do more than stop them," Mr. Johnson said with a fierce smile. "We're going to make sure they face justice for what they've done to you." The first part of our plan was to get Sarah to confess. She was the weakest link in their criminal chain. Mr. Johnson and I went to the county office where Sarah worked. She looked shocked to see me there with a lawyer. "Hi, Aunt Emma," Sarah said nervously. "What are you doing here?" "We know about the forged papers, Sarah," Mr. Johnson said firmly. "You have two choices. You can confess and help us, or you can go to prison with Lily and Tom." Sarah's face went white as a sheet. Her hands started shaking. I don't know what you're talking about," she stammered. I pulled out my recording device and played Lily's voice. "Sarah, if you don't help us forge the papers, I'll tell everyone at your job that you've been taking bribes." Sarah started crying immediately. "I'm sorry, Aunt Emma," she sobbed. "Lily made me do it. She threatened to ruin my life if I didn't help her." "Show us the fake papers," Mr. Johnson demanded. With shaking hands, Sarah opened her desk drawer and pulled out a folder. Inside were documents with my forged signature, fake medical reports, and papers that would have transferred my house to Lily's name. "I never wanted to hurt you," Sarah cried. "You've always been good to me, but Lily scared me so much." "You can make this right," I told her gently. "Help us stop them before they hurt other people." Sarah nodded through her tears. "I'll do whatever you need me to do." The next part of our plan was the most dangerous. We needed to catch Lily and Tom in the act. Mr. Johnson suggested we set a trap. I would call Lily and tell her I was feeling very confused and scared. I would ask her to come over and help me with some important papers. "Are you sure you want to do this?" Mr. Johnson asked. "It might be emotionally difficult to pretend with your daughter." "She stopped being my daughter the moment she decided to betray me," I said firmly. That evening, I called Lily and put on my best confused old lady voice. "Lily, honey," I said, making my voice sound weak and shaky. "I'm feeling so mixed up lately. Can you come over? I need help with some papers." "Of course, Mom," Lily said, and I could hear the excitement in her voice. "Tom and I will be right over." They arrived within 30 minutes, both of them trying to hide their evil grins. "What papers do you need help with, Mom?" Lily asked sweetly. "Well," I said, still pretending to be confused. There are some men from the bank who say I need to sign things about the house. I don't understand what they want. Tom's eyes lit up like Christmas morning. Don't worry, Mom. We'll take care of everything for you. They thought they had won. They thought their plan was working perfectly. That's when I dropped the bomb. Actually, I said in my normal, strong voice, the only papers I need help with are these. I pulled out copies of all the forged documents, the fake medical reports, and transcripts of all their recorded conversations. The look on their faces was priceless. Pure shock and terror. You see, Lily, I continued calmly, I know about everything. The fake doctor. The forged papers. Your plan to put me in that horrible nursing home. Your threats to Sarah. Lily's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Tom turned bright red. Mom, I can explain, Lily started. No explanations needed. I interrupted. Mr. Johnson, you can come in now. Mr. Johnson walked in from the kitchen where he had been listening to everything. Behind him came 2 police officers. Lily Thompson and Tom Thompson, one officer said. You're under arrest for fraud, forgery, elder abuse, and conspiracy. This is crazy, Tom shouted as the handcuffs clicked around his wrists. She's a confused old woman. You can't believe her over us. Actually, Mr. Johnson said, holding up the recording device, we have everything on tape, including your confession from tonight. As they dragged Tom toward the door, he turned to me with pure hatred in his eyes. You stupid old witch, he screamed. We should have just killed you instead. Even the police officers looked shocked at how cruel he was. But it was Lily's reaction that hurt me the most. As the officer put handcuffs on her, she looked at me with cold, empty eyes. I hate you, she said quietly. I've hated you for years. You ruined my life with your poverty and your neediness. I wish you had never been born. Those words cut deeper than any knife ever could. This was the little girl I had rocked to sleep. The child I had sacrificed everything for. The daughter I had loved more than my own life. And she hated me. The feeling is mutual, I said, surprised by how calm my voice sounded. You're not my daughter anymore. As they took Lily and Tom away in the police car, neighbors came out of their houses to watch. By tomorrow, everyone in town would know what had happened. Sarah was arrested too, but because she had helped us, she would get a lighter punishment. Mr. Johnson put his hand on my shoulder. Are you okay, Mrs. Emma? I watched the police car disappear around the corner, taking away the daughter who had wanted to destroy me. I'm better than okay, I said. For the first time in months, I'm free. The war wasn't over yet. There would be court hearings, news reporters, and people judging me. But I had won the most important battle. I had saved myself. And tomorrow, I would start building a new life without the people who wanted to hurt me. The weeks after Lily and Tom's arrest were like a tornado of activity. News reporters wanted to interview me. Neighbors stopped by with casseroles and kind words. The whole town was talking about what had happened. Some people tried to make me look like the bad guy. Tom's family spread rumors that I was a mean old woman who had trapped their innocent son. They said I had made up the whole story because I was jealous of Lily's happiness. But the truth was stronger than their lies. When the court hearing happened, Mr. Johnson played all the recorded voice messages for everyone to hear. The judge listened to Lily planning to drug me and put me in that terrible nursing home. He heard Tom saying they should have killed me instead. The courtroom was completely silent except for the sound of Lily's own voice confessing to her crimes. Your Honor, Mr. Johnson said, this is one of the worst cases of elder abuse in our county's history. Mrs. Emma's own daughter tried to steal everything she worked for and destroy her mind with drugs. The judge looked at Lily with disgust. In 30 years on this bench, I have never seen such cruelty toward a parent. You should be ashamed of yourself. Lily was sentenced to 5 years in prison for fraud and elder abuse. Tom got 7 years because of his violent threats. Sarah got 2 years of community service and lost her job at the county office. Justice was served. But the best part wasn't their punishment. The best part was what happened to me afterward. The story of my fight against Lily spread all over the internet. People from around the world sent me letters of support. They called me brave, inspiring, and a hero for elderly people everywhere. "You showed us that being old doesn't mean being helpless," wrote one woman from California. "My mother is facing similar problems with my brother, and your story gave her courage to fight back." That's when I realized something important. My story wasn't just about me. It was about thousands of elderly people who face betrayal from their own families. I decided to sell my house, not because anyone forced me to, but because I wanted a fresh start. I used the money to move into a beautiful senior community called Golden Sunrise. It had gardens, a library, social activities, and wonderful people who became my new family. But most importantly, I used part of my money to start something special, the Emma Foundation for Elder Protection. The foundation helps elderly people who are being abused or stolen from by their families. We provide free lawyers, support groups, and safe places to live. We teach seniors how to protect their money and recognize warning signs of family fraud. No elderly person should face betrayal alone, I told the reporter who interviewed me for the foundation's launch. We will be their voice when their own children try to silence them. Within 6 months, we had helped over 200 seniors escape from abusive situations. We caught family members stealing money, forging documents, and lying about their elderly relatives' mental health. Each success story felt like a victory not just for them, but for me too. My favorite case was helping Mrs. Rose, an 80-year-old woman whose grandson was stealing her Social Security checks. When we caught him, Mrs. Rose cried happy tears. "Thank you, Emma," she said, hugging me tight. "You saved my life, just like you saved your own." 6 months after the trial, I got a letter in prison mail. It was from Lily. "Mom," it said, "I've had time to think about what I did. I know you'll never forgive me, but I want you to know that I'm sorry. Prison has shown me how wrong I was." I read the letter 3 times, waiting to feel something. Sadness, anger, love, anything. But I felt nothing at all. The daughter I had loved was gone. In her place was a stranger who had tried to destroy me. Lily's apology couldn't bring back the innocent little girl who used to ask for bedtime stories. I wrote back, "I forgive you for my own peace, not for yours. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. You made your choices, and now you live with them." I never heard from her again. Tom never apologized. His family still sends me angry letters blaming me for ruining his life. I throw them in the trash without reading them. Today, 2 years later, I wake up every morning in my bright, cheerful apartment at Golden Sunrise. I have coffee with my friend Martha, tend to my small garden, and work on foundation business. I'm 68 years old now, and I'm having the best years of my life. Last week, a young woman named Jessica called the foundation hotline. Her mother was 75, and Jessica's brother was trying to take her house. "I don't know what to do," Jessica cried. "My brother says Mom is too old to live alone, but she's perfectly healthy. He just wants her money." "Don't worry," I told Jessica. "We're going to help your mother fight back. She doesn't have to be a victim." As I hung up the phone, I smiled. Another family would be saved. Another elderly person would keep their dignity and independence. Lily thought she was destroying a weak-old woman when she sent me that voice message. Instead, she created something much more powerful, a fighter who protects others from the pain she tried to cause me. I lost a daughter, but I gained a purpose. I lost my trust in family, but I found strength in helping strangers who became friends. I lost my old life, but I built a new one that's better than I ever imagined. Every morning when I look in the mirror, I see a survivor. A woman who refused to be a victim. A person who turned her pain into power to help others. And that voice message that was meant to destroy me? I still have it saved on my phone. Sometimes I play it to remind myself how far I've come. The scared, confused old woman Lily wanted to drug and abandon is gone forever. In her place stands Emma, protector of seniors, founder of a movement, and proof that it's never too late to fight for yourself. My story isn't over yet. Every day brings new people to help, new battles to win, and new reasons to be proud of who I've become. And if you're facing betrayal from someone you trusted, remember this. You are stronger than you know. You deserve better than cruelty. And you're never too old to start over. Fight back. Stand up. Survive. The world needs more people who refuse to be victims. If this story moved you, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more incredible true stories of courage and survival. Your support helps us reach more people who need hope and inspiration.